Okay, let's talk about this and how somebody knows that they have reached pharmacological extinction if they're using the medication naltrexone following the Sinclair method for alcohol use disorder. So, first of all, pharmacological extinction is defined in this book here, The Cure for Alcoholism, which dives into all of the scientific research into this treatment for alcohol use disorder. Pharmacological extinction is the end result of this treatment, where essentially the brain has unlearned alcohol use disorder and it has been reversed inside of the brain. This is the process that happens over time when someone repeatedly takes naltrexone, drinks on the medicine, and does that again over typically many months. On average, it takes about 9 months or more for people to reach this point. Pharmacological extinction is a self-reported experience where essentially somebody feels like they have total control again over alcohol, whether they are still drinking and drinking in moderation, or they end up going alcohol-free like I did simply because they don't have interest in drinking anymore. And the reason that somebody can get to this place where they feel like they have total control again over alcohol, even if that was impossible before, is because of how naltrexone is working over time in the brain to help blunt some of the rewarding effects that come from alcohol. And according to the research, when that reward is blunted over and over again over a long period of time, the brain just stops seeing alcohol as this peak reward and is less interested in drinking. Typically, the signs to look out for are you are no longer over drinking. If and when you do drink, you just feel like you can completely trust yourself again to drink moderately and drink with control. You are probably having more alcohol-free days than drinking days, so you're spending most of your time alcohol-free and drinking more infrequently. And the biggest sign, I would say, and one of the biggest gifts of this treatment is the craving and the compulsion for alcohol is completely gone. Somebody may still choose to drink alcohol once they've reached extinction, but the decision comes from more a conscious place and not a compulsive behavior. It's not like, oh, I've had a bad day, I need a drink. It's more like, hey, I'm going out to an Italian dinner on Friday. I think I'm going to enjoy a glass, maybe two of wine with it. So again, extinction really is this place where someone has total regained control over alcohol again. Their alcohol cravings are gone, and if and when they are drinking, they trust themselves. They know they're not going to binge drink or overdrink anymore. It also requires what we like to say at Thrive, meeting the medicine halfway, where along with doing the Sinclair Method protocol, people are working to gradually change habits around drinking, rediscover new coping skills, and essentially rebuild a life that doesn't revolve so much around drinking. Naltrexone works really well over time to help the brain unlearn alcohol use disorder because the brain is not getting the same reward from alcohol that it used to. But as the brain is unlearning alcohol as its primary reward or primary coping skill, we have to be proactive and teach ourselves new coping skills, teach ourselves new habits and things like that. Because if we don't actively engage in this treatment protocol by changing habits, coping skills, and things like that, oftentimes people will find that they don't really feel like drinking or they don't really have the craving for a drink, but they drink anyway. For example, if they had a really stressful day, maybe they don't have a craving, maybe they don't really want to drink, but they haven't had any chance to learn any other coping skills. So they rely on alcohol because it's been this default coping mechanism for years or decades. So I hope this answers your question. This treatment literally changed my life after I battled with alcohol for nearly 10 years. I am so grateful for it. I will always be an advocate for it. If you haven't heard about it or you're curious to learn more or you want to get started, definitely check out my other videos or the link in my profile or head to thrivealcoholrecovery.com. I'm the founder here at Thrive, and we run a program that specializes in supporting people through this treatment. Most people in our program have a goal to drink moderately, and we help them get there with this treatment, while others end up going alcohol-free in the future. Ultimately, the choice is yours. And that's one other thing I'll say is that extinction on this treatment does not necessarily mean abstinence. Sometimes people assume when we talk about extinction through the Sinclair Method, it means you're not drinking anymore. But really, that's not how it's defined with this treatment. It is this place, again, of regained control over alcohol, complete trust, trusting yourself again when it comes to alcohol, and that's whether or not you are drinking. I hope that helps.